Ash Crossan here, and I'm with the cast of the new Green Lantern animated film. How you guys doing?
Great.
Oh, doing great.
Happy Comic-Con.
Yeah. Thank
Yes.
you. Happy to be back.
Right? It's been over 1,000 days since the last Comic-Con, and we are back. What has it been like to just be around people again, get the energy?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, who want to take?
You know, it's amazing because we make these. We make these things. We do these separately in the first place, and so you know you don't always get to interact with you know the public at large and see how fans and we're of course fans too. And I was saying we record these things. We never even met each other before.
So the first time all four of us in the same
Yeah,
room.
like an hour ago.
What do you think of each
for the
other?
most part. Well, we're working that out. We're working that out. No, I love these guys. These guys are amazing. It's so cool. Everybody here is so great. But so it's awesome to be out again. But it's also incredible to actually meet some of the people that you've worked with. I think it's an added feature of this process today. It's my favorite thing that's happening.
Absolutely. And it, sort of a bonus feature is that you can actually, like, when you're walking around the halls and you see people doing their thing, costumes, all that, you feel the energy and you feel the excitement. It kind of invigorates you in a whole different way, you know, motivates you to, because, you know, we're about to premiere the movie, about to go into it all. You see people, you see the green rings and the this and the that, and you're like, oh, it gives you a different perspective for what art is, what it does, and how people actually appreciate art. You can't feel that. Like you said, like you and I, we done had an interview over Zoom. You know what I mean? And now this is very different space. This is cool, you know? And I think people have just been waiting to get back out and just feel like they are allowed to live life and enjoy and celebrate. So I think that's where we are right now. So we're about to do it big.
Yes.
A lot of passion.
Yes, I want to hear from you too as well. Yeah.
Well, I you know, to echo what he was saying, it's great to be around people who, these are the people we made this for. You know, this is the people who are anticipating it the most are all here with us. And you don't normally get the opportunity to be around people. You know, you're premiering a movie theater, you're just with the cast and crew. So to actually be amongst the fans and seeing it on a big screen for us for the first time with them, and to be around people who are so passionate about one thing, to be around a large group like that, for me is always really powerful.
Yeah, it's just so nice to get this thing back together. Just the place where the fans are king is just, it's such a good vibe. And like they let us come and we're here.
We're in their space.
Yeah, we're totally in their space. And so things are right again.
Well, let's get a character rundown. Tell me who you're playing, what qualities you enjoy about them and about voicing them. Jimmy, why don't you kick it off?
Yeah, I got this in my hand.
We'll go down. We'll come back down this way.
My name is Jimmy Simpson. I play Green Arrow.
Hey.
Yeah, Green Arrow. Oliver Queen. He's a really kind of interesting character that I didn't really know that much about before I decided to do this role. And what a plentiful pile of goodness there's to draw from. I mean, he's a millionaire stranded on an island and he figures out how to be a survivor or also to be an architect. And then now he's in space and he's lost his friend. And so it was just, he's so human, but he's also kind of uncomfortable with like emotions. And so he's want to just kind of say kind of a little bit of a dicky thing to diffuse tension. And that's where I have my fun.
I play Hawk Girl.
Hot girl.
Hawk Girl. She is a badass warrior. She is very mission driven. But you really get to see a different side of her in this film because she's forced to kind of take that wall down and acknowledge the people around her. And especially in the case of Adam Strange, really has to embrace her enemy upon finding they have a common goal and that the only way to get what she wants is to let this person in. So you get a lot of layers, which I think is really fun to play as an actor.
My name is John Stewart, and I play Aldous Hodge.
Wait.
Aldous is very much a gentle soul.
Aldous Hodge?
Who is? No, John Stewart. So I grew up a comic book fan. You know, definitely Green Lantern fan myself. John Stewart was awesome for me. I most of what I knew of John Stewart came from like outside of comics, the animated series, right? That's what I grew up on. So to step into this and try to figure out who he is from a different perspective was really an awesome challenge. He's a well-principled man trying to figure out what his place is in life. I think where we meet him. and he's called to do something greater than he can even fathom. And now his internal conversation is, do I want to step up to the challenge? Do I want to really fully meet my potential? This is scary as it gets, but this is what I'm supposed to be here for. And I love sort of that journey, because oftentimes a lot of us are met in real life with these challenges that are supposed to take us to our highest reach. And we have those fears of, am I ready for this? Am I made for this? So what he goes on is sort of a parallel of things I've been through in my life in terms of trying to figure out who I am, find myself. That's what I love about him. And the fact that he does have a moral compass, what he's been through. He is a soldier at heart. He's a well-fortified human being, but he still has to learn so much and go through so much, especially meeting, at first adversaries and then, teammates. He understands the value of who he is and what he is supposed to be in this world in a completely different way. So I love his journey, and I love him figuring out who he is along the process.
I love when you're talking about journey. I the first time I interviewed you, I want to say it was for Invisible Man, and I remember being like, when are you gonna do? You should do a superhero role. Blah, blah, blah. Now you're doing double duty.
Double duty. Yeah. You're like, when are you gonna do? And I was like, I've been trying. I've been trying
multiple
for years.
Booked.
This is not up to me. I be trying. I send emails. I did the auditions. They don't want me. but now it's a very different place in life, and I'm just fortunate and very grateful for the opportunities. Yes.
Yeah. I'm Brian Bloom. I play Adam Strange, and Adam Strange, I think, shares this kind of DNA with John Stewart in that they're both in need of and looking for second chances. And in this particular situation, it comes to both of them when they're not necessarily actively going after it. Yeah, it comes to them. And I think there's some kinship between the two characters.
I've heard.
Yeah. And
heard you guys got a good dynamic going.
Yeah. And I really like this character arc. I like the arc of this story. And for Adam Strange, he loves his family so much, and he is separated from them, and without giving too much away, he has been in isolation, so to speak. And again, when he meets this group, it's not an awesome introduction, and he says, and that's how this day has been, Jamie, quite frankly. But he says something along the lines of, you might not believe it with the way I look, but I am Adam Strange. So he's really building himself up from ground zero. Yeah. I love that.
Have you guys just been getting lost in his eyes since you've met him?
32 years.
Yeah. Just like, hi.
Look at me, Brian.
I had 18 months of staring into those eyes.
So at the time of recording, people have not seen the movie yet, but people will see it by the time this is out because you guys are premiering it tonight. What are you most excited for fans to see?
Well, I keep saying, for me, it's that first of all, the journeys that all these characters, that, like you were saying, the story arcs, the way they wove everybody's story together to get to the final crescendo when it comes to that third act, that finale, it's explosive in a huge way. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, because it's also quite unexpected. It's kind of coming out of left field in the best way possible. And it's one of those things that you always needed, you wanted, but you didn't know how to ask for it. And they gave it to you anyway. Because everybody, it goes to a different place. And
love Act 3.
And it's awesome. I love Act 3. Yeah. But I have to love the whole movie to love Act 3, because it all builds up there. But no, but also the relationships amongst the characters. The relationships are fantastic. Yeah, I don't want to hog it up.
That was my favorite part when we got to watch it for the first time. Yeah. Seeing how we all interacted with each other. I was so amused, even though I read the script. Yeah. To watch all of our performances for the first time together was so much fun.
Other people did stuff too.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited for the fans to see it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the fans to see me in my most attractive role I've ever played, and he's a well-drawn man. Thank you. But also, mostly, I'm excited for people to see this you know, the renaissance of John Stewart and all this knocking out of the park. And I know that was a mission for Butch and the team, and it's so good.
Well, thank you all so much. I got to let you go, but thank you so much for stopping by, and please enjoy the rest of your Comic-Con.
Thanks. This was great.